It is 1888. Picture a large, sparsely furnished room. It has stout wooden tables and workbenches, a laboratory of some kind. But there are no retorts, Bunsen burners, or flasks of brightly colored liquid. Instead, the room is stocked with curious metal devices that have strange names. Ruhmkorff coils, Knochenhauer spirals, Wheatstone bridges. Their purpose is to probe the ways of the mysterious invisible phenomenon, electricity. The room has a single occupant, a young man, handsome, neatly suited, and dark-haired, with a close-trimmed beard and mustache. He is deftly assembling some apparatus on one of the long wooden tables. At one end, he has constructed a circuit that will produce electric sparks across a narrow air gap between two metal spheres connected to the ends of the wires in the circuit. Ordinarily, air doesn't conduct electricity, but if the two spheres are close together and the voltage is high enough, a spark will appear to jump across the gap, although it is really a series of very rapid sparks that jump back and forth or oscillate between the spheres. To each sphere he has attached a metal rod connected to a rectangular metal plate. He has learned that this will alter the frequency of oscillation. He presses a key to activate the circuit, and vivid blue sparks crackle across the gap between the spheres. So far, so good. His primary circuit works, as it had the day before and the day before that. He turns his attention to a separate part of the apparatus that he calls his detector, a simple loop of wire with a very small gap between its ends that he can adjust with a screw. He holds the detector close to the sparking primary circuit, and faint sparks appear across its own gap. This happens, he reasons, when waves of energy pass from the primary circuit to the detector. All this is familiar ground to him, but the next steps are untried and will, he hopes, be decisive ones. Switching off the primary circuit for the moment, he props up a large zinc sheet in a vertical position at the far end of the table. Its purpose is to act as a reflector, like a mirror. He places the detector on the table between the primary circuit and the zinc reflecting sheet, closes the blinds, waits for his eyes to adjust to the darkness, and then switches on his primary circuit. Turning his back on the sparks scintillating between the spheres, he looks for tiny sparks between the terminals of his detector. They appear faint but unmistakable. Now for the step that will, if successful, establish the result he is seeking.